What is the big deal with Immutable X? Why do people like Gary Vee give it publicity for no reason? And why does Alex Becker praise it so much like he does in this clip?
And then Immutable X. I don't know if you've used Immutable X for NFTs, but it absolutely just changed the game for Ethereum NFTs. You can buy them with credit cards, you can buy them without gas.
As you can see at the end of that clip, he explains you a little bit of what Immutable X is about, but let me give you a little bit of a rundown. Immutable X is, a DApp, a platform, a blockchain platform that is trying to make NFTs more accessible for the regular public. How are they doing this? By making their NFTs, their app on a layer 2 platform in Ethereum, which fixes a lot of Ethereum problems like super high gas fees that a lot of us are experiencing right now in November. Immutable X cuts that out. With Immutable X, you have zero gas fees when it comes to peer-to-peer transaction, and really minor royalties when it comes to just transferring stuff. So they're pretty good on that. And then they also have instant transactions, which clears your mind from the anxiety or the worry that your transfer won't go through and they'll charge you for gas fees and for no reason, right? So that's pretty crazy. But the craziest part is how top tier their investors are, how top tier the people that are working with them are. They have people like Coinbase and Continue Capital that are really big deals, and they're working with them. But if we go to their trading page, we can see all the projects that they're really working on, like TikTok. They have a project with TikTok that hasn't really started yet, but when it does, you can bet that this is gonna be a really big deal. They also had Dogepound release their Dogepound Halloween edition this Halloween. So you're getting a couple of big deal people coming into the space in Immutable X now. Before it was just Moody Crows and Moonshot and Astro Bros. They would be like the OGs along with Gods on Chain and Guild of Guardian Heroes. But now you're actually getting pretty big deal people. But that's not even the craziest part. The craziest part is that they have deals with way bigger corporations like VEVE and when I first heard this, I didn't really believe it because it was so long since I last heard of VEVE. But VEVE is an app, an independent app on its own, owned by Disney, and where they aim to do NFTs, but with all the main pop culture references involved, having things like Spider-Man, but also working with DC and the Ghostbusters and Cartoon Network. They have all sorts of crazy partners. As a matter of fact, you can check it out over here. They're big name partners like Tokidoki and ABC and Cartoon Network, and all of the shows under them are gonna have their own NFTs coming out soon. They are teaming up with Capcom, and all these titles are gonna have their own NFTs, and it's all run by VEVE. You can even get the App Store. You can even go to the App Store and get the VEVE app right now. But what they're aiming to do, VEVE and Immutable X, is joined together, which you can see in one of the latest updates. They run on the economy system, but they're looking to migrate over to the Immutable X because it's on an Ethereum layer 2. And the thing about these different ecosystems is that it has to live on a coin that people want to participate on. Ethereum is at 4,000 right now. It's better than joining any other random coin. So I think this is a really smart move, and it makes me excited that VEVE is mixing with Immutable X. This lets us know that Immutable X is going to be a big deal really soon. As a matter of fact, November 6th, they came out with their coin. It finally went up into the market. And even though it's hard to get in America right now because all of this, there are some that are pretty easy to get here in America that, if you're creative enough, you can get into right away, which I completely, I'll let you guys know that I'm not a financial advisor, and this is just my opinion. I'm 19, I'm just a college kid, but I really see a future in Immutable X. Do your own research on it so that, you can understand more what Immutable X is about, and let me know what you think. But, a program like VEVE that wants to aim to do VR, and have, visual showrooms, it's just crazy to me. Will definitely be blow up coin. Who knows how many X's you'll get on your initial investment. I 100% recommend. It's so early on. And a lot of people are watching it because they're expecting it to come into a easier to grab market. But for now, while it's relatively low to what it's supposed to be in the future, I 100% recommend you guys to get into it. That being said, if you have any more questions about Immutable X or VEVE, just drop them down in the comments and I'll make sure to answer them. I always read all my comments. And until next time, guys, stay meta.